Haha, what's up? It's your boy L Easy back with another video. And like I always say, I can see by the title of the video, you can already tell what it's about by the title of the video. So basically, and if you don't exactly know what that means, basically what I'm saying is people like people like Laura Marano. Really, this Laura Marano was kind of the catalyst for this video because everybody else is like they got every right to, but like Laura Marano of all, because like I don't hate Laura Marano or like Ross Lynch, but I'm like y'all just ain't big enough to do that. Like, because again, I thought like a lot of y'all were kidding when y'all said y'all didn't watch the 2010 shows or y'all had never heard of them. But like, then again, I don't think y'all really said you never heard of them. You just said you didn't watch them, which is also weird if you were in that in that age range. Like me, I was not personally in the age range. I mean, I didn't have to watch. I was 17, 18, 19. But when you were a kid, like you had to like watch Disney Channel. Like you had no choice. But anyway, we're not gonna get into the efficacies of somebody who just came to my mind, who y'all don't know because you can't read mine, and if you could, you can't read through the phone. Anywho, read me through the phone. I'll see you later on. Anywho. But yeah, people like Laura Marano, who, like I said, was the catalyst for this video. Like, because again, Miley Cyrus is the only one of these people who I'm going to talk about who's big enough that she could be like, I don't want to be Hannah Montana anymore. And again, she keeps alluding to doing something big for the 20th anniversary of Hannah Montana next year. Now, when you look at these forwards and backwards, that means the 20th and the 15th anniversary of Hannah Montana and Austin Allen will take place in the same year. But by the time the Austin and Allen anniversary comes, shoot, the Hannah Montana anniversary will be over. But I bet you people gonna still be celebrating that by the end of the year. But I'm not here to say which show was better. I'm just making a point that like, because that case, the Shake It Up anniversary is also next year, and it's the 16th anniversary. But anywho, I don't know what that actually is, so you have to look that up for yourself. I don't want to. But anywho, and besides that, Bella and Zendaya, especially Zendaya, have already separated themselves from the whole Shake It Up thing. And even if you did, most of the songs they made were not used on. Like a couple of songs they did, original songs. Like again, like I said in the last video, well not this, but not the last video, but the second to the last video, that TTYXOX or whatever the fuck, that shit was used in the show kinda, and then Zendaya's something to dance for, that shit was used in the thing, but like not every single song. Like Watch Me was, but anywho, but what I'm saying is, yeah, by the time they got to Shake It Up, not Shake It Up, anywho, but yeah, with they didn't use all the songs, they didn't use all their songs in the actual show. They might use them for their album. Most of them was just the background music that they would dance to on the show. Whereas, nah. But yeah, with Hannah, we'll see, and like I said, the point of this video is Laura Marano. I had no idea that she, like, and I just happened to see it on a reel, and I didn't think it was real, but I happened to see it on a reel, that she was actually trying to separate herself from Allie Dawson, her character on Austin. And I'm like, you're the titular character of the show. You didn't specifically start singing until like the second season, but that was part of your character's like arc or transformation. But I'm like, you can't really do that because you ain't, again, you not Miley. See, Miley Cyrus, that's more, seems like more of a choice to come back for the 20th anniversary. I just don't understand why she would do anything or acknowledge the 20th anniversary. I would want her to do it, but I wouldn't expect her to do anything for the 20th anniversary. Same thing with like Demi Lovato. Like, why would Demi acknowledge the existence of Sunny? Now Selena has already done enough. She actually came back to reprise her role as Alex So the only thing you could actually hope for more than that is like a long term. But they already killed her off, and I figured that was probably a temporary because of the Key Show. Two, because she has only murders in the building, so she probably wanted to focus on that. But anywho, so that's probably why she's not on the show anymore. We'll continue without her. But what I'm saying is, with that being said, Selena, Demi, and Miley are big enough. They don't need to come back. But specifically Miley, that's why I'm like, it makes sense, and that's why I'm saying, because there are two separate pages for, Hannah Montana and Miley Cyrus. None of these people are real, so I find that ironic. But with Austin and Ally, you can't, with Austin and Ally and, Laura Marano, or specifically Ally Dawson and Laura Marano, you kind of have to have the Ally and the Laura page together. Or what I would do is kind of compromise, where it would just be Austin. Now, I don't know how that worked, because maybe there was an Austin and Ally page somewhere, but I'm like, I would have just made an Austin and Ally page. And again, you can still listen to most of the Hannah Montana songs on Miley's page, but like, Miley's a much bigger artist. I can't remember what exactly happened. I can't believe it. But I remember not being surprised and kind of being surprised at the same time. Because like, way I checked to see like a couple of weeks back, maybe a month or two, to see who was getting higher plays, Miley or Hannah. And I don't remember which one it was, but I wasn't surprised by either way. I was like, that sounds about right. That tracks. But with like again, Ally Dawson versus Laura Marano, I'm like, with Ally versus Laura, I'm like, I don't think Laura will get more plays than Ally, because like, that's what you know her from. I'm finally me. That song. You know her from that shit. Like, you don't know her for anything else. Like, she did other stuff, but nothing else was like that. Like, I don't even know what else Laura Marano did. I mean, I do, but I don't. Like, she did a Cinderella story, but at this point, who hasn't done that shit? I won't be surprised if they called me to do one of those. But anywho, what I'm like, Laura Marano was not big enough to separate herself from the Ally. I'm like, that's stupid. That's almost as stupid as like, because again, Dove Cameron also, I heard Dove Cameron did it too. But I'm like, there's gotta be a rumor, because I'm like, is anybody gonna tell them they not big? Because like, do I really gotta say, y'all ain't big enough to separate yourselves from the characters that you played? Because again, this is what I already mentioned. Like, again, I don't know if like any of you, like Billy, Dylan, Taylor, Dylan Price, I don't know if any of y'all actually watched the 2010s Disney Channel shows, JJ, Kira, but like anybody who these 2010 Disney Channel shows were meant for, anybody who watches this can be like, none of these people are bigger than the characters they played. Like, you only know them for the character they play. Like, you can think about Hillary without thinking about Lizzie. You can think about, again, Miley without thinking about Hannah, or Selena without thinking about Alex, or like, I mean, you have to think about Raven and Raven because they had the same first name, but like the last names are different enough. It's like, But anywho, I'm like, it is what it is. But like, oh, and just to let y'all know, I might have to cut the video off at a certain point because the maintenance people are supposed to come to my apartment to actually replace the water heater, so I don't want all that background noise, and there'll be a lot of tools running, so I might have to do continued to be continued. But anyway, if that doesn't happen, yeah, but like again, Dove Cameron, you can't really separate from Liv and Maddie. You are Liv and Maddie. Like nobody knows or cares what you did after that. Like you're a B-list pop star. Like sometimes you get big songs in the top five, but even then, nobody outside of the Liv and Maddie fan base knows who the fuck you are. Nobody who really, unless they really tied to pop music or like music in general. Like if they don't listen to like several different kinds of music or pop music all the time, they don't know who you are. They only sticking with the genre they know. Whereas, and then like again, another example of this would be like, Kylie Cantrell can't separate herself from Gabby Duran or like Red from Rise of Red because these are the only thing we know you for. Because again, Laura Morano, she did the Cinderella story franchise, but again, there are so many people that did those that like what makes your movie different from the Bailey Madison one. Because like the first two are the most iconic. Everything after those is like, I saw it. I didn't necessarily enjoy it, but yeah. But anywho, after that, but I'm like, yeah, you can't really separate yourself from Red because you are Red, and that was only a year ago. Gavin Rand was 6 years ago, and this is really only because most of the 2000, because like with this, like the 2010s artists, like they're big, like, but I'm just saying specifically these people because like Bridget, Debbie, like these people have successful enough careers. You don't necessarily need to think about the character they played or any of the characters they played on Disney Channel. Like I can see why, but G Cornelius can't sing in the first place, so. And then like with China can sing, but like I feel like she put in enough work on other networks, and even if you do only associate her with a character, it would be like not specifically the first character she ever played, which is why I didn't really necessarily include China. It's really just these four people who I'm focusing on: Miley, Laura, Dove, and Kylie. And really, actually, a little bit Meg Donnelly, but I feel like Meg Donnelly isn't that big either. And I feel like you only think of her as Addison. But again, I already compared her in another video where I said, she could take off that like her character has a wig on too, but it's established in the movie that she has a wig. And that's why I specifically compared Kylie to Hannah. Because Kylie is wearing a wig in real life, and we're not supposed to acknowledge that it's a wig because it's supposed to be part of the movie. We're supposed to we're supposed to act like that's her real hair because it's in the movie. It's supposed to be her real hair. But like with Meg Donnelly, we know it's a wig. It's just the characters who don't know it's so it actually is closer to Hannah, I guess. But I felt like Kylie was closer. I don't know. I felt like Kylie was this generation's Hannah. Like, I guess you could say Addison, but like again, Meg Donnelly, I haven't been on her page lately, but I feel like I think her zombie stuff is actually still available on her page. And then even with like, what's the girl name? I just lost it. Baby Ariel. I don't like Baby Ariel's music, but I'm like, I think it's still there. If you want the zombie stuff, and I think that's mostly because, actually, no, she does have other songs that aren't the zombie songs, but like, who the fuck really listens to Baby Ariel? Like, she's smaller than all of these five, because at least these five people can actually be considered major, or some of these people can't, but at least they can at least be considered minor celebrities. Like, like Baby Ariel is like a semi-celebrity. Like she ain't even famous enough to be all the way up there. Like she more famous than me, but that ain't saying much. So I'm like, I don't know what Laura. Basically, I just don't understand what Laura and Dove are thinking. It's like y'all ain't big enough to separate yourselves from the characters that you played. Like, and like even with Ross Sledge, but he didn't like. And like, I don't think you can find an Austin and Alley music on his page because I didn't look that hard. Like, but from what I can see, you can find the specific Austin and Alley songs on there. But like Austin Moon is still available as a separate page, which I didn't understand at first. I'm like, are these bootleg pages? And then like the Christopher Wilde page, like even with like, but Sterling Knight doesn't really make music, so it kind of makes sense, kind of why he would let somebody else take his page over and just not acknowledge that the page exists anymore. But like it doesn't. But like with Let It Shine, that page is still available. You can still hear those songs. But like I don't know if they're directly associated with Tyler James Wood, but like it's not like he don't be like, oh, I wasn't on Let It Shine. What is that? I'll be fair. It's just you can't find a separate page for Laura for like Allie. Like it's like she just said fuck y'all, and I don't know. Cause I'm like the only Laura song I know is Boombox, and then there's like a song I think that's like La La La. I don't know, but I don't know the name of it. Yeah, that might be the name, but like I don't know how it goes, and I don't fucking. I just know it came out the same time as Boombox, and I'm like Boombox was the hit. Everything else after that is like, who cares? Where's Al? It's just saying Allie Dawson song. So I'm like, I don't understand what the fuck Laura was thinking. And again, that's the same thing with Dove. Dove Cameron. I don't like any of the Live songs, but like that one song that say, "Hey, hey, hey, we gonna make it shake tonight." That song, but that's only nostalgic because it used to play during the commercials back then. It kind of felt like we were still in that Hannah Montana, Jonas Brothers, Demi Lovato, Selena era that we left. It kind of felt like we never left Disney Channel. Like it's just a new chapter. Like you could tell it's not the same people I grew up with, but it's like you don't feel like you're completely out of that. You know. Anyway, it's just new people, but like whatever. Whatever. Like it is what it is, but again, Dove, I don't fucking know. Cause like again, none of these people, Laura, Dove, none of these people's songs are as big enough to. Cause like if you told me Sophia and wanted to separate herself from like Descendants, that would make more sense. But like even with Kylie. She still has the Descendant songs on her page. And like, bad comparison, but like, what's the girl named? Ruby Rose. But this is only because I feel like those are the only two Ruby Rose songs anybody can name. Ruby Rose Turner. The only two Ruby Rose Turner songs I feel like you can name is like, what's the song called? Ruby Rock and fucking, the Butterfly with Sugar song. Like, who the fuck? Oh, I guess that Shuffle of Love shit, if you like that. I don't want to do that shit. But anywho, Shuffle This Love. Anywho. But yeah, I don't understand why these artists, and I'm really talking about the teens artists, because like Demi, Selena, Miley, Hillary, they can kind of be like, I don't want to do that. The Jonas Brothers don't separate themselves from Jonas Brothers, because how you going to separate yourself from what's already the only name you have? Like, I guess Nick and Joe and Kit, but like that would be like Big Time Rush. Like you can already make solo music. That's just called going solo at that point. So you can't really separate something you are, but you can go solo and not do it anywho. But like, I don't fucking know how that would work. Cause like, cause like these are the only people who can actually, but again, the two that, cause like Christy, she can't separate herself from the character she played because you are just those like, and she knows it, and that's why she keeps nostalgia baiting on Facebook. And then fucking Raven can't, like I said, she can technically separate herself, but they do have the same first name, just not the same last name. So I'm like, I don't know what y'all doing. But, ooh, I don't know. That was just weird to me. I didn't know why Laura was doing it. I thought it was a rumor or like, I don't know. Because it was a, what do you call it? Interview with Ross Lynch, but I don't know why the fuck. But anyway, and even then they only associate these two with each other. But like in an unrelated note, on an unrelated note, I feel like Laura or like not Laura, excuse me. I feel like School of Rock. I like the fact that they stuck to the fact that they not gonna have, you know, Freddie and Tamika get together when they sung a song about not getting together. But like later on, Austin and Allie do get together. Spoiler alert in the show, and then they show that last episode in the series finale where they get married and then they go into the future. Anywho, and Trish and Dez are there. So, what was the point of this? Cause like it's not like this was real life. If it was real life and they got in the two characters already existed, I'd be like, fine, it's based off of real life. Of course they was gonna get them together. You had to follow the exact storyline. And like, but yeah, cause like Olivia still has the Girl versus Monster songs there, but I'm like, those are just hits. That's a bad comparison, cause like those are just hits. You could not, like, no pun intended, but those are just monster hits. Like, those are the songs people expect her to play. But, like, Ross Lynch, even if you, like, I don't think anybody besides, like, Nikki Smith was, like, a real super diehard fan of, like, Ross Lynch. Like, those don't exist. Like, Ross Lynch fans who... Because if they did, he would already be there at the Grammys, the Billboards, like, whatever it is. Like, because, like, I can't see Laura Mariah. And even if they did, I can kind of see, but like, out the boombox, I'm like, Laura never had another hit. No one cared. And I know why, because they got tons of videos, like, saying what happened to Laura Marano, but still, I feel like... But yeah, like I said, most of the people from K10 to K16 have their own little thing going, own little thing jumping. But again, and that includes Laura and Ross. But again, Laura and Ross are only known for playing Austin and Allie. Like, we don't care about anything else they did before or after. Because, like, she was actually in that movie, what, Superbad? But who fucking cares? Just sing an Allie Dawson song. I don't fucking know. Do the alleyway dance. Again, like I previously stated in other videos, people probably like, do the alleyway, or I don't know. And they probably want Ross to do something like say boom. Well, no, actually, you only said that on the commercial, but like, they probably want to talk about pancakes or some stupid shit. And again, but yeah. All right. And this has nothing to do with anything, but like, again, they ripped off Justin Bieber's life. And again, if y'all, even if Disney trying to argue, we weren't trying to rip off Justin Bieber's life. Or you didn't rip off Justin Bieber's life, then you ripped off Austin Mahomes. And if it hadn't been so early, I would have said, you were probably trying to rip off Madison Beer's life. And maybe you could argue they were trying to rip off Tori Kelly's life. But I'm like, no, I don't think so. And I don't think he was trying to rip off Carly Rae Jepsen's life. It's obvious you were trying to rip off Justin Bieber, because like, it's like, tell me y'all copy Justin Bieber's life without telling y'all. But anywho, because like, even then nobody else was big. Like, who else would they have copied? Soulja Boy? Like, I don't know. Lucas Cruikshank, Rebecca Black, fucking, what? Cimarelli, Heffron Drive. Because like, those latter of the two maybe. But even then, like You think mainstream audiences knew who they were enough to okay. But yeah, y'all, I thought it was gonna be a much longer video, but I feel like I made my point. Laura, Doug, again, why? Again, because like Kimberly J. Brown can't sing worth for shit, but like if her music career was actually popping off, I could kind of see why. And even with that bad singing she was doing, if it was available on YouTube, somebody's probably gonna listen just for the nostalgic vibes of Halloween Town. Be like, oh, word, Morning Piper sings now. But if you like me, you'd be severely disappointed. But come on, it's like that time when Anna Sophia tried to sing, but yeah, you would just do it for the nostalgia of it. Cause like to us, she would always be like Marty Piper Cromwell. But again, you would probably still just subscribe even if you don't listen to the stuff. But like Laura, you can even tell she lost subscribers from not having the Alley songs on there. And I believe, and how did I know? Because I believe I checked when she still had the Alley songs on there. But again, that was dumb. Cause like Miley would only lost like maybe two, a fraction. And again, you can argue Dove, cause like Dove Cameron at least has other hits. It's just I'm just confused. Which why did you name the song Boyfriend? You're a woman, okay. Breakfast, I don't know what breakfast is, but sure. What's the other one? French Girls? I guess people like that. I don't know what people like. But again, Dove Cameron has other hits. It's just they're nowhere as big as the Liv and Maddie hits. As far as I know. But like I didn't look it up. But Ross Lynch is just like But again, nobody else besides Nikki Smith was that excited about Ross Lynch. Like that's why I definitely know, like, again, Dylan, Billy, whoever it was, knows who Ross Lynch is if you met Nikki back in the day, because when you start talking about Ross Lynch, I don't get it. Like, he's the dude from Disney Channel. He's the one dude who should have never left Disney Channel, because he is just that guy from Disney Channel, from that one Disney Channel show that you like. Like, every other dude, chick, they was getting too big to be there. Like, so they had no business staying there. Like, they were too famous to be on the network. And Miley and her mother Miley and Tish had already said Disney doesn't like the start out grow the network, and that's what Nickelodeon. They didn't, but it was already clear Big Time Rush was too big to be on Nickelodeon. But like, yeah. Anywho. Y'all, normally I would have a whole lot to say, but like, again, I pretty much made my point. Laura, especially, should have never left. Like, she should have left Disney Channel, but she should have never taken off all the other songs. Because, like, again, I think Dove even still has the fucking Descendant songs. And Boo Boo, he kind of has to keep the Descendant songs too, because like the only thing else he was known for is something called T Squad. And then I don't know what Cameron Boyce did, R.I.P. And again, China still has like Calling All the Monsters, which is like one of the biggest, because like, again, I was checking like a lot of other playlists, and it's not just my playlist. Like, those are the main songs you see in these playlists for like Disney Channel Halloween songs, like Calling All the Monsters, anything like Olivia songs from Girl vs. Monsters, like all of these songs are the main ones. And even with just regular Disney Channel hits or Disney hits, these are the main ones you see when you first go into the playlist. Like these are the main songs that people are still playing to this day. Or I guess like Starstruck, Hannah Montana. But anywho, who the hell is choosing? Then again, there aren't even I don't think any Alley songs in there. But still, then you got the alternate Alley thing. But anywho, y'all get the point. Then I guess it's like Casey on the cover, Hannah Montana. But yeah, it's like, again, like I said, I made my point. Like that's the only big thing she's known for. Like, yeah, everybody else at least has some kind of movie or something. But yeah, I'm out. Y'all like, I don't fucking know. Like, yeah.